If, like me, you are hypermobile, have neck pain, or post-fusion, this video is for you. And this is all about pillows. So come with me for a rapid fire look at all of the pillows that I have purchased since my Chiari decompression and CCI fusion, and which ones I loved, which ones I hated, and which ones I didn't even let my head rest upon because they were so uncomfortable. Let's start with the bad ones. First up is this guy because I was given a little foam donut after I left the hospital. I thought this one would work for me, and it absolutely didn't. It's also not available anymore, so that should tell you something. Next up is this type of cervical pillow that looks like a normal pillow with a little divot in the middle. I hated this one. Also hated this one. I remember this one in particular. The little divot in the middle was like just so uneven and neither side felt good. Here's another one of that style of pillow. I remember this one being no support whatsoever. This one I actually kept. It had this adjustable loft, which I really, really liked. Ultimately, it didn't work for me, but I think my daughter used it for a while. I'm going to throw this in there. It did not work for us at all. It's supposed to be able to like bend around and be put in these different positions. It was way too stiff and it just pushed my neck out. Let's look at some of the funky shaped pillows next. I don't remember this one being particularly terrible, but it wasn't anything better than what I'd already had, and so I didn't like this one. This one by Tempur-Pedic was so hard I could not stand it, and I am not surprised it is not available anymore. I hated this one. It was so uncomfortable. The material was scratchy. The foam was hard. I hated it. I also tried this one. The shape just never really worked for me. I don't need a rest for my hand. I have like a squishmallow. You don't need all this business. It has so many pockets for places to be supported and it supports nothing. This is one of my go-tos, okay? This is the therapeutica pillow, and there are a bunch of different sizes. This petite one I ordered for my kids. It's still in my rotation. It is still in my closet, but currently post-fusion does not work for me. It's very stiff. It did its job in keeping my neck straight and supported before my surgery, but after my fusion, there was just a little too much curve, and the side sleeping feature always kind of tilts my head to the side. So this one is like an if, like maybe it'll work for you and maybe it won't, but I do still keep it in my closet if I ever like feel like I need it. This is an absolute no. I laid my face on this and I immediately put it back in the box. Too short to support anything. It doesn't support your neck whatsoever. Do not buy this. It's also ridiculously expensive. This is a current buy. I am trying this out. It does provide a little bit of traction on the neck. It's not something that I'm sleeping with. It's something that I am sort of like relaxing on. And I kind of like it so far, but I will reserve my judgment for later. This is another one that I'm trying out. It is kind of funky shaped. These little wings, I guess you would call them, sit on your shoulders. It is very like slanted, and so it has a place for your head to rest, but there's not a lot of cervical support. So this one I'm still kind of trying to figure out if I like it. This buckwheat pillow was so hard and it smelled funky and immediately went back in the box. This Tempur-Pedic classic shape was just too hard. Again, the Tempur-Pedic pillows can be very hard, and this one did not work for me. Speaking of Tempur-Pedic, two of my favorites are the Tempur-Breeze Cooling Pro High and the Pro Low. I rotate between these, and while I do like them, they're just a little bit too stiff. They're softer than some of the others. This one in particular is a little bit of a smaller pillow, but ultimately neither of them really are perfect. And so they're in my closet, but they're no longer ones that I use on a regular basis. The Tempur Cloud, immediate return. Way too lofted and hard, ironically. If we're talking about regular pillows, this is a down alternative pillow that I actually saw at Disney's Grand Floridian in their rooms, and I loved it. I use these actually for my arms, but I did try it on my neck for a while. And while I do really like it because it will kind of compress in the center and it doesn't push your head back, it ultimately isn't enough support for my neck, but it's a great like hugging pillow. These are a close second for that exact purpose. They push back a little too much. There's a little too much loft inside, but they're great for supporting the rest of your body. We are down to the last 3 pillows. This is a pillow I always come back to, the Cushion Lab Deep Sleep pillow. It truly gives me deep sleep, but almost too deep. I snore a lot with this pillow, and I think that's because the shape is a little bit too rounded, and it does, even though it sinks, it has a little bit of that like fast rebound. That's just a little too much pressure for my face. And I sleep on my side mostly. This is like a dupe of that pillow, but it's a little bit shorter, a little bit lower of a loft, but it has the same feel, and I really like it. My daughter is currently using this one, and I think it's going to be a keeper. And finally, this is my current pillow. It's got a little bit of that curve, but it's not too much. It does have these adjustable layers, so you can take the center out. The loft is not too high. There are different sizes, so I bought the 3-layered size, and it's soft. It doesn't push back against my head, so this is my current favorite. This is the longest video I've made in a while, but I would love to know, what are your favorite pillows for neck pain or for EDS in general? And do you sleep with a Squishmallow? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to follow.